Keeping ourselves motivated from day to day is one of the most difficult challenges we face as young adults. It's a harsh world we live in, and it's really easy to feel beaten down by our thoughts, our environment, and our situation. In today's video, I'm going to share with you my personal list of things that can help increase your motivation so you can achieve more and conquer the world around you. So let's get started. What's good? My name is Caleb, and welcome back to a brand new video. So first, let's look at the definition of motivation. The reason or reasons one has for acting or behaving in a particular way. If you're trying to figure out how to be more motivated, your main goal needs to be to rewire the way you see yourself and the world and find as many reasons as possible to continue on. Another way I like to look at this is self-encouragement. All you have to do to increase your motivation levels is find as many ways as you can to encourage yourself to achieve your goals or whatever it is that you need motivation for. Before I get started with this list of things, this channel is all about tips, tricks, and strategies to help harness your potential, enhance your life, and invest in yourself. So for more weekly content just like this, please consider subscribing. Now on to the video. Now the first thing is get completely ready for your day even if you have no plans to go out. And I'm talking about the whole thing, like you're getting ready for a job interview. Like you get up, you brush your teeth, you take a shower, you make your bed, the whole 9 yards, make some coffee, eat a nutritional breakfast, tidy up your desk a bit, meditate, whatever. But this can have a powerful impact on your motivation from the very start of the day. This works because getting ready for the day is essentially just a bunch of small, easy tasks, and by the time you're done with getting ready, you've already built up some momentum. If you take the time to take care of yourself like this every morning, 1, you'll feel more empowered, and 2, it removes the hassle of having something super important at the very beginning of your day. It can also give you a good period of time to get some clarity and really figure out what you're trying to focus on for the day, so by the time you've fully woken up, you're already stimulated and you're ready to go. Now the second thing is to set goals and make sure they're your goals. I could make an entire video on this topic honestly, but the important thing here is to keep the big picture in mind. What are your long-term goals? What are you aiming towards? Once you have an idea, break down those things into smaller chunks so you can actually keep track of them and measure them. And the important part here is to also write these things down. It's important to take a look at your short and long-term goals on a daily basis in order to remind yourself what your goals are and what you're aiming for, and also why they're important to you. And with the smaller goals, you can even chunk those down even further into daily or weekly tasks. That way you don't get too overwhelmed. For example, with my YouTube channel, my long-term goal could be to grow my audience. To break it down, my short-term goals could be first get to 100 subscribers, then get to 1,000 subscribers, and then third get to 10,000 subscribers, and so on. Then to break it down even further, my weekly tasks would obviously be to release a new video every week, spend an hour interacting with fans and sharing my video after I upload it, and try to come up with 2 or 3 new ideas every week. And I can honestly break the day down itself too, down to an hourly basis, so I could research my next video topic, I could set up my camera, I could write the outline for 2 hours. To put it into perspective, basically what I'm saying is the goal of write my outline for 2 hours is far less overwhelming and daunting than the goal of get to 10,000 subscribers. The small goal is still contributing to the larger goal, and that's the important thing here, but at least I'm not overwhelming myself with some massive expectation on the short term. Just stay focused on the steps and the progress, and only use the long-term goals as a reminder to you. Lastly, make sure these goals are your goals, because if you're not passionate about it, you're going to have very little motivation to do it. Now the third thing is to keep a list of tasks with you wherever you go. It's one thing to write down your goals and tasks, but keeping them on you and with you at all times is a different thing entirely. This could be in a small pocket notebook, or it could be in your phone notes, or it can be in some cool app you have on your phone, but the point here is to have something on you readily available at all times. That way you can jot down your notes and ideas and keep track of your tasks and goals at all times. I feel like there's been so many times where I've had a brilliant idea for like a new video or a new song I want to write or something, and I'll think to myself, oh, that's genius, I'm just going to write that down when I get home, and then by the time I get home, it's long gone. Now I use my phone notes and a couple of cool apps, that way no matter what the situation is or whatever I'm doing, I can always scrapbook my brain's ideas right then and there, and it's a lot easier to document or keep track of certain things right there in the moment. This helps with motivation a lot because not only are you keeping track of things more efficiently, but you also feel like you're responsible for something. Even though it only takes like 10 seconds to pull out your phone and make a quick note about something, once you start getting in the habit of doing this, you'll actually find that it's pretty addicting and it can be a massive tool for you. Now, before I continue on with this list, if you're finding this video helpful so far, if you could just go down below real quick and gently tap that like button, that would help me out a lot. And with that being said, let's get on to the next one. Now, the fourth one is to surround yourself with positive and like-minded people, and this one is huge. You need to surround yourself with people who are positive, optimistic, and driven, because there's nothing worse than having big dreams and being surrounded by a bunch of deadbeat friends. This can be a hard thing to assess within your own life, but just take a look around at your friend circle and ask yourself which people are contributing to your growth and your success. How is having their energy around benefiting you? Now, I'm not saying to pick your friendships based on how well you can use them to succeed. I'm just saying that it really increases your motivation a lot if you're surrounded with like-minded people who are just as driven and motivated as you. It's a lot more difficult to be negative and lazy when you're constantly surrounded by people who are the opposite of that, and vice versa. You should be surrounding yourself with people who inspire you and support you. If you feel like you're the only person in your friend group with the biggest dreams and goals, it might be time to add some new friends to that circle who dream just as big as you too. Now, the fifth thing is to watch or listen to someone inspiring for at least 15 minutes a day. This one is a game changer in my opinion, and especially on your worst days. Some of the days that I felt the most down, burnt out, and lazy, this has been an almost instant cure for me. Pretty much every day for the last 10 years, I've at least watched a video or listened to someone talk about success and motivation, and a great example of this is actually Gary Vee. Literally go watch any of his motivational content and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. The whole time you're watching his videos, you're just gonna be like, man, there's so much out there to achieve in this world, and then by the time you get done watching, you're gonna feel ready to take action immediately, or at the very least feel inspired to start. Now, I actually talk about this in my very first video, and I'll actually link to it somewhere up here, but it's important to not compare your success to other people's success. But getting some wisdom and inspiration from other successful people can increase your motivation almost immediately. Now, the sixth thing is you gotta change your self-talk. This is probably one of the most difficult things on this list, but in order for you to change your life, you need to first change your attitude. You need to talk to yourself the exact same way you would talk to someone you admire or you love, and you need to pat yourself on the back for your accomplishments and stop being so harsh on yourself. Take it one day at a time and just believe in yourself and keep moving forward. A good example of this is when you're hiking up a mountain and you're halfway to the top and your legs are beaten, you're tired, and you don't want to continue. Are you the one that says, this is too much, I want to give up? Or are you the one that says, I'm almost there, I can do this? And this leads perfectly into number 7. Instead of having an I can't attitude, you need to have a how can I attitude. I'm gonna keep this one just simple and short. Avoid telling yourself that you can't do something. Instead, try to reword it in your head and ask yourself, how can I achieve this? How can I do this? Over time, developing this habit will change how you approach obstacles and challenges. It will train your brain to think critically about how you can achieve the thing instead of telling yourself that you just can't do it. And once you do accomplish things with this attitude, you'll feel even more confident the next time you do it. And this ties perfectly into number 8. Remember your past experiences and how they made you feel. If you feel on the verge of giving up and saying I can't, just remember all the previous times that you said I can and you actually went out and accomplished the thing. Reminding yourself of all the times that you've overcome an obstacle in the past can be just the thing you need to find the energy to keep pushing forward with the current challenge. Pretty soon you will have accomplished so many different things that you'll feel like you can do anything, and self-doubt will hardly be a variable anymore. Having the right mindset and attitude towards certain challenges will be the thing that keeps you from giving up and losing motivation. Now, number 9, find ways to enjoy the process. This one is crucial to mindset as well, because you need to be focusing on the path and the journey and not so much the destination. It's important to recognize where the destination is for the sake of planning your path, but if you're focusing too much on the destination, it can ruin the journey for you. Finding ways to enjoy the process has a huge impact on staying focused and staying on track with where you're headed. Making progress on a regular basis is how you should judge yourself, not how fast you're getting to your destination. Everything takes time, so just enjoy the ride and keep it fun, because work isn't really work if you're passionate about it and enjoy it, right? Now we got number 10. Get active and go outside. Get those juices flowing. This could even be part of your morning routine thing that I talked about at the beginning of the list. Go outside, walk around the block, ride your bike around your neighborhood. You could even just do some push-ups or sit-ups on the bedroom floor. Anything to get your blood flowing will have a huge impact on your motivation and drive for the day, and it'll actually release chemicals in your brain that'll help you feel a lot more stimulated and ready to go. A couple summers ago, a few times a week, I used to actually wake up around sunrise and I would skate to this hill that's across the street from my house, and I would just sit up there and enjoy the sunrise, listen to the birds chirp, soak in that vitamin D, and then by the time I was done, I just felt ready to go and I could go straight home and just start grinding on whatever project I had. And this is exactly why successful people with the workout routine always have the workout routine as the first part of their day. Now, the 11th thing on this list is bro. You just got to start. Just start. The hardest part of any daunting task is always going to be just getting started. Now, I'm guilty of this too, but sometimes we just spend all this time analyzing analyzing like the route we're gonna take and like how we're gonna get started instead of just actually starting and figuring it out as we go. Now I promise you, if you just start and keep a positive mindset, you will figure it out. I had a tough time with this when I started this YouTube channel actually. I've made videos and I've had YouTube channels before, but every single time I always get caught up with like, how am I gonna do this? What videos am I gonna make? Then one day I just decided, screw it. I'm just gonna spill my ideas and thoughts into the notes in my phone and I'm just gonna roll with it and it's just gonna come to me and I'm just gonna trust the process. From there, I just turned a soup of fragmented sentences into a piece of manifested content and the rest is history. So if I can do it, you can do it too. And you have the whole rest of your life to contemplate all the ways that you can improve. The important part is just to start. So just start. Now I know there's probably a ton of other life hacks out there to help increase motivation. So if you have anything that should be added to this list, please leave me a comment down below. If you haven't already, be sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed my content. And if you want more weekly videos just like this, go ahead and hit that big fat red subscribe button down below and smack that notification bell so you get notified every time I release a new video. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of y'all, and I'll catch you in the next one.